And it's Ken Kraetzer for SALRadio and the Navy League Council of New York. We have a chance to talk to the president of the New York Council of the Navy League, and that is Frank Russo, captain of the U.S. Navy, retired. Frank, good to talk with you today. How are you doing?
Ken, good to talk with you. Also doing great. Gorgeous, beautiful day in New York. So what can we say?
Absolutely. Well, we got a special project talk about that the Navy League will be hosting, and working on that is the commissioning of the new Navy Littoral Combat Ship, the USS Cooperstown, named after the home of the Baseball Hall of Fame, and a chance to honor the veterans. Tell us a little bit about that.
So, it's a unique situation for us. So we got USS Cooperstown, as you mentioned, it's an LCS, Littoral Combat Ship. Once it's built, it'll be going down to Mayport. And once it's commissioned, excuse me, because it's finished being built. Once it's commissioned, it'll be going down to Mayport. What's neat about this is it is named for USS. It is named for Cooperstown. There is that New York connection. It's funny. Its motto is America's away team, in recognition, and its seal incorporates baseball into its design. So it's really truly meant to be America's away team, honoring the veterans that have served across all branches of the service, not just the Navy, but all branches that are currently members of the Hall of Fame. We're excited. We're very excited about this. This is going to be our first commissioning in New York since the commissioning of USS New York about 10, 11 years ago. So very excited about this. And we're good.
Absolutely. And this is a vessel that is built by Marinette Marine in partnership with Lockheed Martin, actually out in Wisconsin, and designed to serve as a littoral combat ship in shallower waters. Tell us a little bit about this type of Navy ship.
All right, so most people are familiar with aircraft carriers, cruisers, destroyers. They're called our blue water fleet. But as you get closer into the shoreline, where the draft, where these vessels can't go because of draft constraints and the depth of the water, that's called the littoral in Navy terms. So they're moving in closer to the shoreline to patrol and operate in those environments. So it's designed to do what we call anti-surface warfare, so anti-submarine warfare, mine countermeasures, intelligence gathering, things like that. So what's neat also, it's a small crew. There's only about 75 crew members on the ship. So it's much smaller than most of the other ships that we have. And it is designed to operate in the littoral, as we also like to refer to it as the green water Navy, because of the color of the water that in those areas. But having served over in the Persian Gulf, those are vessels that are specifically designed to operate in that type of environment because they can get in closer to shore than most Navy vessels.
Absolutely, and a really appropriate idea to name the new ship after Cooperstown, the home of the Baseball Hall of Fame, and the 70 veterans who are members of the Hall of Fame. Some of the biggest names in baseball history: Yogi Berra, Ted Williams, Jackie Robinson, Warren Spahn, Larry Doby, to name just a few. Well, what's your thought on that? These baseball players who took time out of their career, many were during World War II, to serve the country.
That's an excellent point you just made, because these players did stop in mid-career, and took time out. They put their country first in time of need, World War II. And I think, as you and I were talking about, I think a couple of you went on, not just from World War II, but on to the Korean part, in the Korean War also. So as we saw with several prominent Americans, veterans, actors, people like that, they stopped mid-career and spent several years risking their lives, both and potential injury, which would have ended their career, but put their country first. I think the ability to honor all veterans who played sports, especially baseball, is a great thing. and
Michael.
well deserved.
Got to remember also Ted Williams, who served as a Marine Corps pilot both in World War II and then went back during the Korean War, took more time off of his career. Very skillful pilot.
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's a tribute to them and all those who put country first.
Now the ceremony is scheduled for late August. The commissioning of the USS Cooperstown right in New York City at the passenger ship terminal, and that's a ceremony that is steeped in Navy tradition. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the commissioning is the final step before the ship goes on to active duty. And it culminates with the term man our ships and bring her to life. So the crew members will run on board the ship, they'll man the rails, they'll start the engines, they bring the ship to life. And it's an exciting and moving moment if you've never experienced it. It's just like, it's a culmination of 4 years, in this case, it would be the culmination of 4 years of hard work to get this ship ready. And then once they finish here, they'll go off and continue to doing training, and then eventually they'll deploy as part of the Atlantic Fleet for the Navy.
Absolutely. Now, it takes a community effort to host the commissioning, several days of activities and hosting the crew and the ceremony. Tell us a little bit about how organizations, businesses, individuals who may want to help support the commissioning of the USS Cooperstown, how can people get involved?
Sure. So let me say one thing that we are doing with this commissioning. We are working in partnership with the National Baseball Hall of Fame up in Cooperstown. So together we're going to be putting on several events. The ship arrives on a Monday. Starting that Wednesday, we'll have family event, several receptions on Thursday and Friday, with the actual commissioning on that Saturday, and hopefully a follow-on event. Right now, things are still in the works, so we don't have a final schedule. We don't have a final list of volunteers that we'll need for this. But what we are in the phase is currently fundraising, because the Navy doesn't pay for a lot of these activities. Citizens do. And it's through their generosity that we're able to do this for the crew. So right now on our website, nynavyleague.org, if you drill down under ship commissionings, under USS Cooperstown, there's a donate button. A contribution, large, small, whatever, would be most appreciated. And obviously those at the higher levels will get certain invitations to stuff, but any dollar amount that would honor those men who are in the hall that served, and also these funds will go to support the crew and their families going forward.
Absolutely. It's such a stirring ceremony, the commissioning. I was at the ceremony, commissioning of USS Michael Murphy at the passenger ship terminal. What a stirring moment it is when the ship sponsor stands up and says, man our ship and bring her to life. It's a great moment. Frank Russo, Captain retired of the U.S. Navy, President of the New York Council of the Navy League. Tell us a little bit about your organization.
Sure, absolutely, Ken. So the Navy League itself, the Navy League of the United States, was actually founded here in New York 120 years ago at the New York Yacht Club. Organizationally, we have over 200 councils, mostly in the United States, but also around the world. And we have three missions. One, we support and advocate for the sea services. So the Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, and U.S. Flag Merchant Marine. We do things like we go to the Hill and meet with our representatives and support what those four branches are trying to do. Second thing is we actually support crew members, the active duty, reserves, and their families. Here in New York, for example, the Coast Guard is the largest branch. So we're very active supporting family events, a Coast Guardsman of the Quarter, Coast Guardsman of the Year at various Coast Guard commands here in this area. We do the same thing for the Marine Corps as well as the Navy in this area. And finally, and I think sometimes the most rewarding thing that we do is we support youth activities. So we help sponsor Navy and Marine Corps junior ROTC programs in 4 and 5 now, New York area high schools. We do Young Marines, an private organization, as well as the Sea Cadets, an organization that the Navy League helped founded 50 plus years ago. We affect over 1,800 youth in the New York area with those programs, something we're very proud of. So those are our real 3 missions that we do. And our volunteers support, and work with, the active duty side, work with our youth programs in furthering that mission.
Very good. And Frank Russo, President of the New York Council Navy League, retired captain of the U.S. Navy. I always ask my guests, what was the highlight of your service in the U.S. Navy?
When I was on active duty and I was departing my first ship, my division actually not manned the rails, but all came out to say goodbye when I was departing. And I was really, really touched by that. And so that was one of the moments. And I think the other moment was probably when I earned my surface warfare qualification pin, because that was a culmination of about 2.5 years of both in classroom training as well as shipboard training. So it was just a bit of a milestone. So I was very proud of that fact. Well,
Frank Russo, President of New York Navy League Council, thank you for your service. Great to hear from you. And we'll look forward to the commissioning of the USS Cooperstown in New York Harbor in August. Good to see you today.
Excellent, Ken. Thank you very much. You take care, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you. And this is Ken Kraetzer for Sons of the American Legion Radio and the Navy League Council of New York. Thanks for watching. And we'll have more about the commissioning of USS Cooperstown very soon. Thank you. Have a good day.